Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and the Russian top court, basically the Russian court, this Supreme Court, have declared LGBTQ movement a extremist organization, and basically everything is now banned. And this is actually pretty bizarre. So basically the entire Pride movement is now a illegal thing within Russia. So the Russian, according to the article, this is a article by CNN. No, the most credible media you can actually find. Says that the international LGBTQ ORSTUV movement is an extremist organization. They are now banned with Russia. So this will essentially erode so-called the rights of the LGBTQ community, which is supposedly facing a crackdown by Putin's regime, because apparently because Putin want to show up his image as defender of traditional moral values against the liberal West. This definitely doesn't sound like a bad thing, a negative thing. So CNN putting it, I'm not sure if it's getting the right thing, the reaction that they would want. So basically the Russian court basically get this motion filed by the Ministry of Justice because they wanted this. They claim that the LGBTQ community risk inciting social and religious discord, which will violate the Russia's law on counter extremism. And then they have this closed door hearing that nobody can listen to, where the Justice Ministry presented their thingy to the court, and then the court say that the decision is now effective immediately. So this is a continuation of what the Russians has been doing for all this while. In July, they passed a law banning doctors for conducting gender reassignment except for special cases. And then 6 months or 7 months before that, Putin signed a law that bans LGBTQ propaganda in Russia. So it's illegal to promote same-sex relationship or suggest non-heterosexual orientation as normal. So this is now in law. So just in case you do not know, you cannot go to Russia and say that it is normal to be lesbian or gay. It's actually illegal. And according to the Russian law, I didn't say anything. Okay, I say a lot of things, but that's not what I said. So and then they also have amendments for heavier penalty for promoting non-traditional sexual relationship and preferences. So I also want to so further information is actually available here. Moti Ivy, the head mod for the DPA's Discord. You can see this is actually DPA's Discord channel, and basically also have further information on this. So the decision to ban this comes immediately. So it's come into force immediately. So basically the rainbow flag without the color blue is illegal. Any thematic stripes, badges on clothing, parades, procession, rallies, and team parties are all violation of the Russian law. And the Russian law will have a minimum, not maximum, minimum sentence of 12 years in prison. But Mosty IV also did mention that this doesn't mean that it is illegal to be gay, but the movement itself only. So this is actually targeting the Pride movement. Generally speaking, is not saying that it's illegal to be gay or lesbian, but they don't want this thing to be promoted as if it's a normal thing. So this is the aim. But the Pride movement does because Russia is a very conservative country, so I can understand why such a thing is a case. And probably this is also the case for most Muslim countries. They are not allowed to promote the Pride movement over there. So on top of that, we have further news regarding sex related stuff. So Putin has basically advocated for the population to have more babies. So Putin basically recommended the woman to have 8 or more children in order to offset the looming population crisis Russia is facing, which is also exacerbated by the casualties within the Ukraine war. So, and also abortion. I think the abortion one actually get more people killed, more Russians killed. So according to Putin, so he said many of the great grandmothers and great grandmothers have 7, 8, or even more children. So he said that let's preserve and revive these excellent traditions. Large families must become the norm, a way of life for all Russian people. Family is not not just the foundation of state and society, but a spiritual phenomenon, a source of morality. Preserving and increasing population of Russia is a goal for the coming decades or even generations ahead. This is the future of the Russian world, the millennium or eternal Russia. So this is what Putin said, and I think it's basically in line with what I think Russia needs to do, because Russia is facing a tremendous problem with demographic, and Russia cannot continue to stay as a major power if this decline continue. Russia is way too big for too few people. So if you look at Russia's history, even in wars against Napoleon, the wars against Nazism, they in World War II, in World War One, and all the different wars, what allows Russia to consistently remain to exist, they continue to survive and exist, is because of the massive population, together with the massive geographical land that they actually possess. If Russia continues to decline in population, then they will not be able to hold on to these lands. Then they will be under threat by invasion or division within the country. So this is actually a very existential problem. So currently, Russia is suffering a low birth rate at 1.5. They needed 2.1 in order to maintain current population, and they and just now I mentioned about abortion. It's very scary. According to this article by National Pulse, they mentioned that there's an extremely high rate of abortion, regularly above 500,000 per year. So and basically they will say that this figure is an improvement compared to the beginning of the century, where there is 2.1 million abortion per year. 2.1 million abortion per year. Russia don't even lose 500,000 soldiers in the Ukraine war, and they lose 500,000 babies a year just by abortion alone. So this is actually a very serious problem Russia is facing, and this is going to be existential. This is not just it's not just the talking point, but this is actually concern the survival of the state of Russia. And I think Russia already have one of the world's best benefits for mothers having children, or parents having children, and yet they are still suffering from severe lack of babies. I think there is a lot more that Putin have to do in order to overturn this thing. If not, then Russia may not exist in its current form in 50 to 100 years, because they will have enemies from abroad that will destroy them given the lack of population. So anyway, this is just a quick headlines update regarding the situation within Russia, some internal stuff, and I'll see you in the next update.